Welcome back to the Light Hour live stream. Ladies and gentlemen, I am your host, Raphael. And today, guys, we are having a very special guest, right? We've had him on the show before, but I felt it was very, important that we brought him back, of course, because as usual, the Light Hour live stream is a Litecoin dedicated live stream. It's a 1 hour long Litecoin dedicated live stream where we actually get to, vibe and hang out with any Litecoiner, really. Actually, the Litecoin live hour live stream is actually accessible to anybody. If you want to be on the Light Hour live stream, just let me know, and I'm gonna arrange your own episode so we can come, here live, and we can hang out, we can chat, we could just, talk about whatever we want to talk about that is Litecoin related. So, of course, for those that are here, you might have seen the person that we are inviting today, or that we're going to be bringing up today, and he is none other than DMinimilian. And I've always gotten his name wrong before because I always call him Mini Milan. But yeah, his name is DMinimilian, and I'm just going to be bringing him right up to the stage, and we're going to be having some nice chat about a few things Litecoin related, and also about his journey with Litecoin. So, ladies and gentlemen, I will be, permit me to bring onto the stage DMinimilian.
Hey man. Hey Raphael.
How's it, man? How you doing, man?
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Can you hear me?
Yes, but you are lagging a bit. I
Okay.
hope it's for the stream, but
Oh God, I
it's
really
technical.
really am trying my best to solve the lag problems, guys. I am trying. Believe me, I am trying to solve the lag problems. I really am. I have changed ISPs multiple freaking times. I have done everything. I don't know why it still lags, but I'm gonna try my best. Whatever. Million, go ahead and introduce yourself to the audience so they're gonna know who you are.
Yeah, I'm DMinimilian, and my way to Litecoin was very random. It was around 2021 or 2022, and there was a friend who recommended me a German broker where you can buy stocks or crypto or other things. And this broker's name was Trade Republic. And there I bought my first Litecoin. Yeah, and that was very random. I just saw the chart and I thought, wow, that chart looks fine. That looks good. But I didn't really know much about crypto at all. I just liked the chart actually. And then I started to Googling Litecoin, and I found out that it's very similar to Bitcoin. And yeah, I thought, oh, nice investment. Yeah, but I actually didn't know much about crypto at all. And later, I found the way to gold and silver because I got that gold and silver were the original money in our history with real value, and nothing about scam like fiat, and you can print more and more of this fake money. Gold and silver were original physical money, and like you have Litecoin and Bitcoin, gold and silver have in the real world a mining mechanism. You can mine it in mines, and they both have a fixed supply on Earth. We don't know the fixed supply actually, but they have one, and it's the same system like Bitcoin and Litecoin. Yeah, and I started to invest in gold and silver. I actually have a bit silver right at my home, but the most don't know it, but I think like when there are network outages or something, or something is with the internet or electricity, then you have a big problem, and then it's smart to have a bit of physical assets. That's why I have a bit silver at home. I'm not 100% all in Litecoin, but I'm 99% all in Litecoin. You know, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. But I also wanted to increase the value I had and I have for now. A very number go up my mindset, like the most of us, I think. And yeah, I just want to increase the value of my money fast, and I saw Bitcoin could do it in the past, and now actually too. And yeah, I reminded me I have a bit of LTC, and maybe I should research a bit more, because I know LTC is cheap right now and it works like BTC. So I studied LTC, and that's the time where I got to X. That was in 2024. I don't know the exact date, but it was maybe January or February in 2024. And then I began with self-custody my Litecoin. I didn't use the broker anymore, and I started self-custody because I studied what is self-custody, what is LTC actually, what is MWeb, and I actually experienced what Litecoin as a whole is, and that is really perfectly designed for transactions in daily use, and also as a store of value at the same time. So, and it makes it a lot better than Bitcoin, and is actually more decentralized, because some know here, so Satoshi Nakamoto has the wallet of him has tw- 2 million BTC. I think it was 2 million BTC to this day, and no one knows what's going to happen with this Bitcoins. But Charlie decided to sold his coins back in 2017 and works to this day on Litecoin. And Litecoin was he started Litecoin as a fun project. It was just a fun project for him, he said, and I think the best project starts with passion. It was passion for Charlie that he started Litecoin, and this whole things about Litecoin makes me very sure, very safe that Litecoin is the asset I want to invest in long term.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's my way I found to Litecoin.
That's absolutely brilliant, man. I appreciate that actually, because I agree with pretty much what you said, a lot of it. Because you know, particularly about the fact that, like, you see Litecoin and you see that it's functioning a lot like Bitcoin, and you know
Yeah,
even when you compare it to other chains that are trying to function just like Bitcoin, it's actually been the one that has actually been getting adopted more than the other ones. And then you figure that out, and then you say, "Oh wow, Litecoin seems interesting," and then
oh
that
wow,
becomes like
yeah.
the intro into Litecoin. And man, appreciate that actually. That's a really nice angle. So I have a few questions I want to ask as well, right? So we can actually have a very nice flowing conversation. But I want to first welcome some of our viewers to the chat. UV Star Baby, you are excited, you came back today. Appreciate you, dear. Appreciate you for joining the stream. Yo, Master the G himself, Master the
Yeah, hey
Legend
master.
himself, welcome to, yeah, hey Master,
Uh,
welcome to the chat, bro.
he wrote Satoshi has 5.5% of all BTC, not 2. No, but he has 2
Yeah.
million, but it is 5 0.5%. Okay, yeah, that's a lot.
About 1 million. It's about 1 million tokens that Satoshi has, which is a lot. That's a lot. That's a lot of that. That's a lot of coins to hold. Actually, I think it's so much of a bigger
Yeah,
deal than a lot of maxis would like to admit. I mean, on both angles, right? If you look at it from the angle of the founder or the creator of this thing having that much supply control, right, compared to Litecoin, at least on a relative scale, compared to Litecoin, yeah, it's just better on the Litecoin side because the Litecoin owner has nothing, none of the supply to himself, right?
yeah, true.
And so it's just much better because I see Bitcoin maxes, they go around with the absolute certainty, oh no, Satoshi is never gonna sell, oh, we're absolutely sure, but they don't even know who he is, right? It's a pretty strange one
Yeah,
actually. But yeah, if you're just joining the light our live stream, thank you for joining, welcome. This is a Litecoin dedicated live stream. We'll talk about Litecoin related topics, and we have today DMinimilian, a very significant Litecoin community member and a huge Litecoin permabull. So I just want to give a quick disclosure. During the course of this live stream, I will be eating my snacks, okay? So just a little heads up if you see me munching. Okay, I've got a little Fanta with me here. I want to eat the snacks during the stream because I was working a lot before the stream. I didn't have any chance to take a break until now. And so you guys have to bear with me, okay? Okay, you're going to eat my snack with me, okay? Is that perfect?
enjoy it.
All right. So yeah, I wanted to ask you, why did you end up choosing Litecoin and not like something like Bitcoin Cash?
Yeah, I saw Bitcoin Cash. I actually thought about maybe should I invest in Bitcoin Cash, but I don't know very much about it now. It's a fork of Bitcoin, right? It's a
Yeah.
actual fork of Bitcoin, yeah. But Litecoin not. Litecoin has its own blockchain. That's one point for Litecoin, and the metrics of Litecoin are huge, like transactions or active addresses, all is rising. You can literally see it on trading view, the into the block stats or others from other services, the stats. The Litecoin matrix are huge, and Bitcoin
Yeah.
Cash in my mind has not these metrics, and that makes me think that Litecoin will perform in long term much better than Bitcoin Cash and is more used than Bitcoin Cash. And but I actually don't know much about the creator of Bitcoin Cash, how it was created. I have no knowledge. I can't say much about it. I just can say the metrics of Litecoin are huge. It's obvious for me. Yeah.
It's pretty much the same for me, actually. I believe that what matters the most when it comes to any crypto or anything at all, commodity or whatever, is adoption. I believe adoption is what's most valuable to anything, and that's why I'm a huge Litecoin supporter, because like people seem to be stuck in this childish mentality of looking for the new shiny thing all the time, and they're focusing on chasing narratives and all these things, while forgetting the fact that the most difficult thing to do is to actually get people that consistently are using your stuff. And that's the most valuable thing. And Litecoin already has that. Matter of fact, Litecoin is the only crypto asset that sees its adoption metrics increase during the bear market. None other. None other. Ethereum. During the NFT saga, the NFT boom, blah blah blah, boom burst, dead. Until volatility came back, no one was using Solana dexes. Nobody was using their DeFi, in any significant way. But Litecoin users just continue to go on. That's why I feel like peer-to-peer digital cash is just like the most based utility one can try to go after. Because people are going to use it as money in the real world, and it doesn't matter.
Right.
The usage of the network is not dependent on, it's not entirely dependent on the speculative wave that comes with it, and it allows the network to be able to grow in a way that's very consistent, which Litecoin does. But somehow the industry has convinced itself that that doesn't matter, which is just ridiculous, significantly ridiculous. And so yeah, for me, it's 100% the reason why I pick Litecoin over anything else. Like people, it doesn't even matter if Litecoin could have even been as unoriginal as possible. Like imagine if Litecoin's name was actually something like Bitcoin, literally, like just Bitcoin with literally added to it, as unoriginal as possible. But it had all of the, adoption metrics that Litecoin had. Compared to other ones, I still would pick that because that's extremely difficult to do. And it's a critical part of marketing that people don't understand that is very vital, because this is a marketing where, I mean, you millions of people have used Litecoin at some point in their life. This is you using Litecoin for something that is very, very important to your daily life. And that is a way where you have associated with Litecoin on a very practical level. You know Litecoin beyond just hearing about it, beyond just hype metrics. You've used Litecoin. Now, imagine all of those millions of people that are now aware of Litecoin because they've used it. Imagine what you're going to do when they start seeing the price start to go up. They are going to recognize it, of course.
Yeah, then
that's the most genius thing. Exactly. Because these guys that have used Litecoin one way or another and have had that personal experience with it, when it starts going up, they are going to be looking for it everywhere because they have used it before. They're going to be going back to their previous transactions and looking, oh, look, I sent, XYZ Litecoins when I was trying to make this transaction. Look at the price then. Look at the price now. Oh, my God, I'm such an idiot. I need to get in on this. That is a significant marketing that Litecoin has that most of these coins just don't have. And people aren't really seeing it like that. But it's actually very, very significant. And that's why Litecoin's taking its time, in my opinion, because like Litecoin is in no rush to pump. But yeah, so yeah, I really do agree with you. Honestly, it's all the metrics of Litecoin being better than the others. That's actually a very significant reason why I pick Litecoin over like the others. And I pick Litecoin over the others every day. It doesn't matter what happens to the price. I don't care. The metrics are going up. As long as adoption continues to go, I don't care. Litecoin, take your time.
Yeah, Litecoin, take your time. You heard it. And we have to say that Litecoin has 100% uptime since its launch in 2011, 14 years. That's huge. Probably the most secure coin on the market.
Yep. Yeah, pound for pound, it's in my opinion the most secure proof of work coin, pound for pound. And by pound for pound, I mean like, value for value protection. How much value is being protected on this chain compared to its security versus, that of Bitcoin. Because the amount that you need to secure the Bitcoin chain is obviously not the same as what you need to secure Litecoin chain. And I just feel like merge mining, because I've been really getting into Earn Not Gifted's thesis of the core thesis behind the utility of proof of work decentralized peer-to-peer money, and the fact that they can actually function as this monies that people can use to resist state monopoly in the event where the state becomes tyrannical. And I kind of get it. And because of Litecoin has this S-script ecosystem, if we actually see that scenario, it's going to be much easier for the people to be able to resist without running so much of a loss, because then they can generate revenue from all of these different coins while securing the chain. Oh my God, am I glitching? Did I just glitch out?
You are lagging. You are lagging. Yeah.
I'm lagging right now. Holy smokes! But is my voice lagging?
Yes. I didn't understand.
My voice is lagging as well. Holy smokes!
One time. Now it's okay, but the last sentence was not in my ear.
Okay, it's better now.
Better.
Can I cook? Yeah. Can I continue to cook?
I think so. I hope so.
Let him cook now. Yo, Master, step. Yeah, Master said I should get a Starlink. Hey, Master, Starlink is not cheap. Okay, it's expensive over here, and I've got multiple network providers. I've got multiple ISPs, and I switch between them. It's all the same. I have tried. I really have tried the one I can afford. I've tried my best. It's just not. It's not working. I'm not gonna up myself. I'm just gonna do my best, whatever. But I don't know. I'll just keep trying. I keep trying different ones until I find the one that's actually solid enough, or until I can afford one that's actually better. Hopefully, sometime down the line, I'm going to be able to afford a Starlink, so I'm going to get that sorted. But until then, my hands are proverbially tied. Anyways, so like I was saying, oh my god, what was I even talking about? Oh my god, this is just so, it just derailed my train of thought. What was I talking about? Help me. What was I talking about before I started lagging?
I don't know. I have a brain lag. I have forgot. I forgot it. Actually,
I
too much.
forgot that. I forgotten as well. Yeah, but like TLDR or TLDL, too long, don't listen. The point is, Litecoin getting so much adoption on the usage front, in my opinion, is much more valuable than any form of hype metrics. And I believe that whenever it finally happens, whenever Litecoin finally flies, you guys have no idea. It's like millions of people have used Litecoin who are going to be scrambling to get their hands on one back when they start looking at the prices that they use it to transact versus what it's actually trading for. That's a significant level of marketing that most of these coins cannot actually achieve. And that's why, LTC can take his time. But, bro, I want to ask you a question, right? Honest to God, are you actually prepared? I just smacked the mosquito. Like, that was like on point. Are you mentally prepared? Are you mentally prepared for the worst case scenario?
What is
like
the worst case
in terms of price? In terms of price, like in terms of price, every other proof of work coin just goes up, and Litecoin just stays and just waits for like months while looking at us like this. Are you mentally prepared for that?
Oh, bro, that's a tough question. I am prepared for 2 weeks. No. Actually,
No.
actually, it's hard to see when it happens that Litecoin should pump in a year or 2 years or months. It's hard to see, but actually, I stick to the plan every time because the metrics are clear, the patterns in the chart are clear. It just takes it. It just needs its time to break out. It just needs its time, and when it's not breaking out now, it doesn't mean that it will not break out like we think it will break out.
Absolutely.
The targets are clear, but it takes the time to pump, to rise. Yeah.
What are your targets? What are your targets? I want to know your target.
Honestly,
besides the master targets, because like master is the most bullish Litecoiner ever. I don't think anybody can be as bullish as master or even close. Like if every single Litecoiner was as bullish as master, like we'll probably be like high 7 figs right now, because everyone's gonna be selling everything they have, just putting it into Litecoin, just screaming Litecoin higher, 56K. But not everyone's as bullish as master. Everybody should be, in my opinion, though, as bullish as master.
Yeah, I mean,
Master is the only person, in my opinion, that genuinely believes Master and Earned. It's like together. Master and Earned are the only people that believe that Litecoin can actually replace Bitcoin as number one right now on a very deep level. I mean, I think it's possible, but I'm a little skeptical. I mean, I can see us getting to like top 3, and then probably displacing Ethereum, because of course we've got the fixed supply thing, and Ethereum's just inflated to infinity, and Ethereum's a token why we are money. But we're going after a much bigger, market, in my opinion, being SOV. But then I'm looking at that, it's like number one, though. I mean, it's possible, but I don't really have the fate of master. So your price target, I want to know your price target.
My highest price target, I have not an exact number, but I would say, difficult to say. I have not an exact number. I would say 12K.
You want to pull up a chart? You want to show us a chart?
Yeah, I can. Wait a minute.
Yo, pull up your chart. Show the chart. Show the chart. Show the chart. Show the chart. Let's go. Show the chart. Show the chart.
Then I will share
10K, bro.
Stream.
If you're just joining us, welcome to the Lite Hour live stream. I'm your host, Rafael, and with me is our wonderful guest, DMinimilian. DMinimilian is a very huge Litecoin Permabu, a very significant Litecoin community member, and he's here. We're just vibing, talking about Litecoin, Litecoin related stuff, because that's what the Light Hour is about. We stay here and we talk about Litecoin related stuff every Tuesday, Thursdays, and Saturdays. So if you want to join us, 5 p.m., 4 p.m. EST, sometimes, you know, you can
Wait
follow
a
the
minute,
page, follow Flip and Finance. Okay.
I have to. It didn't work. Wait a minute.
It didn't work. You're trying to
Now
bring it up.
my window, my trading view window.
Oh,
Can you see it? Can you see it?
Sí, señor. I have to bring it up.
Okay.
Hold on.
Okay.
Give me a second.
So,
All right.
at first, I will draw some lines. The lines, the bottom line. Wait, I will make a line chart, and then
Bro, triangles make me very nervous, bro. That triangle.
every time. Yeah.
Oh, it gets me very nervous because like we're so close to the tippy toppy of the triangle. Like triangle patterns barely, like, you know, most triangle patterns actually break out like, you know, what?
That was the wrong. Wait a minute.
Oh, okay.
This
most triangle patterns actually break out like, I don't know, 60-70% towards the tip, you know 60%, 60-70% along the way they break out. But this is at the tippy top of the triangle. It just makes me feel like we're gonna watch this triangle, you know, not really play out as a triangle. Like it's probably gonna be a much, you know, different pattern that's just gonna reveal itself, and we're gonna all have to adjust our chart. God, there's so many videos this evening. Oh my god.
So yeah. When I first discovered Litecoin, I actually thought it would go to maybe 2,000, 3,000 or 4,000 or this range maybe. This was just from my intuition, not on logical basis, just intuition, because I saw the triangle and thought, yeah, it would pump like 2017. Maybe you can see it better when I go to weekly. That was the first I discovered at the Litecoin chart. We have the same pattern from 2015 to 2017, and now in much bigger. It's the same pattern I show you. We have, I hope you can see it. It's not the perfect chart.
Yeah, I can.
Yeah. We have the spikes here, like the top spikes here in 2017 and 2021. And that's the first I discovered at Litecoin at all, when I jumped into X as a newbie. Yeah, this is the regular chart I saw.
Holy smokes!
And I thought about when this ends, like it will do the same like it did here in 2017. I mean, it's just intuition. I see a pattern here and I see a pattern here in much bigger. So that was my first thought, and I thought at the first time, maybe here this range in 2,000 to 6,000 maybe, but not higher. But then I discovered the Master Litecoin Network value model from Master BTC LTC that connects the transaction value model of Litecoin, the active addresses value model, and it calculates the average of these data. The data had more what's the word for the actual things here? It has more data, more charts to connect with another, but the data has stopped. I think the data has stopped updating or something had a set master, but it has 5 or more metrics in there, and it calculates the average. I can color the average yellow maybe of it, and that's the average network value model of the Litecoin network. And yeah, it compares transactions, active addresses, and a long time before other stats to see a line where the Litecoin network grows, and line, and the average line is the yellow line. And you can see that this network growth is now at around 10,000 to 16,000 in this. It's actually at 5 digits. And
Yeah.
in the past, this network value model aligns with the price. The price and the network growth were on one line, but it started to split something like here in 2018, 2019. There is a bigger gap every year, and the gap is really big right now. And this gap, in my opinion, this gap has to closed at some point, because everything in the world is energy, and energy wants to balance itself, and there is very much compressed energy here to see. I mean, this gap is big, really big. And when Litecoin breaks finally out of this pattern, I go back to 3 months. You can see the triangle in 3 months a bit better here. When this starts to break out, and this is so compressed, you can see it here. The triangle is almost closing here. At some
Yeah.
point, it shoots out of the triangle, like it did in 2017. It broke out of the mini triangle, and I think when this is going to happen, it shoots straight to its network value, and we can see that's why I think Litecoin goes probably to 12k plus, maybe more, maybe 20k or 30k, like
Oh.
Master says, or 85 or 94k. That's that are numbers I just can't
Bro.
imagine for myself. It's a bit too high for me, but maybe 20k or something, or with luck 30k. But I think it really depends on how the network growth will rise when the pump happens.
Yeah.
You can see in the past, when Litecoin reached a top here in 2017, the network growth spiked really sharply, and in
Yeah.
2021 as well. You can see it here. It spiked. It jumped straight up when the pump started. But the pump in 2021 was not very big. That's the point where it split it. So, but when the next pump happens and it breaks out of the triangle, it will follow the pump or the growth of the Litecoin network value during the pump. And it depends on where this network growth will rise, how high the actual price of Litecoin will be. I mean, when the network growth is going to this state, maybe into 100 or 200,000, the price will. I cannot imagine this growth, but for example, I mean,
Yeah.
then I think price will go a bit lower than it, like it happened in 2017. The network growth was, the average was at 1,900 or 2,000 when you think
Yeah.
in price. But the actual price was at 200. No, with the wick higher. Okay, but here at this spike 230, and this thing we will see, in my opinion, again. But it depends on how high the network will grow. When the network is here at 60,000, when you think in price, it could go a bit lower, and then we would maybe have range between 10 or 12,000 to 20,000, 30,000. In this range, I think we will have
Yeah.
the top. So, and that's the conclusion why I think 12K plus or 10K plus in this range, and up to 20K I can imagine, or 30K, but higher, it really depends on how high it goes, the network value,
Yeah. I absolutely agree. Honestly, I agree with you. But there's some people that have problems with masters models
Okay.
price starters. For example,
yeah,
Toad. So
many
what are
have
you gonna
problems.
what are you gonna say to Toad? Because like our own Toad feels like some of these targets are a little
Toad.
unrealistic, right? Yeah, and Toad's a darling. Okay, Toads are a darling as much as Master is. So what are you gonna say to Toad? Toad is a master skeptic. What are you gonna say to Toad? Because I feel like it's a thing, right? When I see when I hear Toad, or when I see Toad, try to talk about like talk against Masters price target in the model. It's like I get it. It's from a position of well, I mean, Toad's just trying to be responsible. That's the way I perceive it, right? And Toad's just trying to be responsible. Toad's trying to be okay. Let's just manage people's expectations. That's the way I perceive it. When Toad's like, oh, let's not, this price target is not possible. That's the way I perceive it. I don't know how it's playing in Toad's mind. That's what I think it's playing in Toad's mind, and I get it, right? But at the end of the day, it seems very. I mean, when you think about it, right? When you look at the valuations we're gonna get, I mean, 20K. What valuations that's gonna be? That's gonna be like a trillion, I guess. It's gonna be like $1 trillion like coin for 20K. And it's like, anything's possible, right? I mean, the market has in fact expanded to allow for such valuations, and it's almost like a freaking given that we're gonna see some other assets move into the centibillion valuation as soon. So yeah, it's possible, but it's just like when someone wants to think about it, like from a common sense perspective, it's like, yeah, but is it likely though? And I guess that's where like the skepticism sort of like comes in.
I know what you mean. It's very hard to imagine. I know that the market cap of Litecoin goes straight to trillions. So and and people say, or the argument of Toad was it actually will not have happened. These things will not happen. It straight will not happen. But I don't know if this cannot happen. Everything, like you said, everything could be possible, but even when you haven't seen it yet in the world, everything can be possible. If you I mean, people in, it's just an example, and other random example, but people in the year 1200 couldn't imagine we have smartphones. It was out of their mind. So they never thought this could be possible. with everything in life, you can see, you have an example like this, and I think you can see the same thing here with crypto prices or something, or assets as a whole. Yeah, and the matrix, in my opinion, and Master has very great explanations. The matrix are very clear for me with the network growth, and that the line of the price in the past is exactly aligning with the line of the network growth of Litecoin. And the reason why it's splitted, I mentioned in an other post
Yeah, yeah,
from me.
yeah.
It's months ago. Um, I think that the reason is that miners dumped and created a big sell pressure over years. But in my opinion, this has ended uh, before a short time, or is ending now. We don't have the data because the data is not longer updated, like like almost every Litecoin data. It's sad, but yeah. But the last thing I saw in the miner reserves chart,
Yeah.
I can add it maybe here in the
Is it not rather strange? Like the fact that we literally had our miner reserves data just turned off, that we can't access it no more. That's just very trippy to me because, like, what the frick? Like, bro.
apparently.
Yeah, like they literally just put it up. They've been pulling up a lot of Litecoin metrics. Like, what are they scared of? I I feel like it's less like it's unlikely that the reason why they're pulling, like, because there's definitely some suppression going on with Litecoin, but it's unlikely that the suppression is one that is driven by people that want to like crush Litecoin. Because, like, what's the point, right? If it's a malevolent reason, like, why should you try to spend all of that energy just to destroy it? Even if they want Bitcoin to succeed over it, right? It's just better. I mean, money is pretty agnostic. It's just better to play both sides, right? It's a better value is just to play both sides, or you know pump it, make a lot of money from it, nuke it back, whatever, just anything but try to like kill it price wise, because you can't kill the network, and just frustrating the price and trying to do all of these little things aren't really gonna like kill it. So in my opinion, the people that are suppressing it are doing it because they actually want some of these coins to themselves, and I think it's because Litecoin is very difficult to accumulate. I mean, when something is moving around, when people are using it to transact a lot, then maybe they are using Litecoin to, it's very difficult for you to accumulate that when it's moving around a lot without like pushing it up. But yeah, they are, in my opinion, yeah, like my master is saying, they're most likely ultimately long Litecoin by accumulating. Now you can see it in the chart. You can see how it's aggressively grinding up, you know slowly. That's a paradox. Okay, that's a paradoxical statement. Aggressively grinding up slowly is a paradoxical statement, but the bullish accumulation that's happening at that bottom is very tricky. Like it literally goes down, like heads down, like, okay, yeah, I'm in 60, I'm dead, I'm dead,
Yeah, yeah.
everybody, okay, you're out, okay,
Yeah,
boom, boom, and
the
it goes all the
people
way to
just
100.
the people just look at price and say price goes down, price goes sideways since 8 years. Shitcoin dead, Litecoin is dead, and then the majority thinks yeah, Litecoin isn't worth or something, but they don't see behind the scenes.
So what do you think you're going to say about Litecoin in 4 years? Like in 4 years, let's imagine 4 years, Litecoin is still $100. Damn near impossible, very unlikely. But do you think you're going to be a Litecoin hater in 4 years if we're still in $100 or 100 something bucks, or maybe $200 in 4 years? Are you going to be
In
a
four
Litecoin
years,
hater? Yes.
no.
Let's imagine that.
I would be
You're
very
not?
frustrated. I would be very frustrated. Yeah, I would be really frustrated when we see a Litecoin price 4 years later um at $100 and just sideways. Yeah, I would be very frustrated. But
Oh boy.
can.
It's gonna like you can
Yeah,
imagine
my
how loud
optimism.
the
You
Bitcoin
cannot
macros
you
are gonna
cannot
be.
break my optimism. You cannot break my bullishness. But
The longer, in my opinion, that the price continues to remain in any significant like range while
yeah,
adoption goes up. I mean, in my opinion, they're too scared to drop Litecoin's price too much because they know people are gonna buy it up, right? But they don't want it to fly yet, so that's why it's sort of like been having that. Oh boy, I'm lagging. Yeah,
yeah,
okay,
you're
I just
lagging. You're
lagged.
lagging.
Am I better now?
Yeah, now it's working again.
Okay, cool. So yeah, I believe they are they're too scared to let it drop. So if it continues to stay like this, which is very difficult for them to do that, then
Mhm.
in my opinion, it's just gonna give me it's just gonna give us more opportunity to try to like promote Litecoin on the adoption front, right? Get people to use it because I believe getting people to use it is much more better marketing strategy. Beyond the
Yeah,
fact that it bolsters its utility, it's also a much better marketing strategy than paying for high influencers or influencers because that is the real deal. When millions of people get to use this stuff, as opposed to people get to see the charts and APN and
yeah.
APAL.
I mean, Litecoin can be used in everyday payments. You can just pay from person to person,
Okay, so I
or
want to ask.
and as long
uh,
Litecoin got more and more adopted over time, you can use it in daily life, and you can actually
yep.
do private payments. That's really important for me because governments don't want private payments, and that's a huge point why I like Litecoin. It has privacy since 2023. Or 22, I don't know exactly, but the MRAP adoption is a huge plus point for me, for myself. Are you lagging, bro?
No,
I
I'm
think you're
not.
lagging. Uh, uh you are lagging.
Give me a second. Okay, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you
I'm gonna.
now.
I'm gonna have. I'm gonna. Oh boy. Okay, I'm gonna. I get. I'm gonna attempt to reconnect in like 30 seconds. But I'm gonna ask you this, right? I have a
Mhm.
question to ask you, particularly about privacy, right? We're gonna talk about privacy. But I'm gonna try reconnecting. So just give me 30 seconds. I'm gonna be back. 30 seconds, guys. Okay, 30 seconds.
And he's gone. A master says in 2022. Yeah. Could be 2022 what MWeb was activated.
And I'm back. Yay.
Welcome back.
Yeah. Oh my god. Yeah, I like I grew like 5 more inches of beard in the time that I came back. Anyways. So yeah, privacy. I mean I like MWeb's privacy. Okay, there's a question from Master here. We're gonna talk attend to that before we talk about privacy. Master says, what you think about these Bitcoin treasury companies being for? What do you think about these Bitcoin treasury companies being for sellers? Do you think any of them should adopt a Litecoin strategy too? You know,
Wait a minute.
uh, yeah, like these Bitcoin treasury companies, the fact that they are not adopting a Litecoin strategy and are trying to be, they're trying to follow this IMO, like they're trying to be very culty with the way they allocate. It just it just screams, you know irresponsible investing, right? Because just deciding to pick one and just saying this is the winner, and you're unwilling to listen to any possibility that, like, you're unwilling to look at any possible alternatives, is in my opinion just a very bad business decision, altogether. And they're gonna learn the hard way, unfortunately, because one of the things that Bitcoin maximalists are parroting to these guys, that has been reinforcing the decision of these guys to just go BTC only, has been the idea that Bitcoin, it's a winner takes all game, and Bitcoin is the winner, and that's just it. And the justification they've been using for it is the valuation. And it's kind of going to this comical stage where they have prioritized Bitcoin's market valuation over its actual adoption. And whenever they remember again, and they're whenever they talk about this, they point to historical references. For example, they talk about, oh, look at gold absolutely demonetized silver, so Bitcoin will absolutely demonetize all of his competitors. And that's the idea that's what they tell themselves to reinforce their decision to just go Bitcoin only, BTC only. But what they forget is the fact that, like, all of the advantages that gold had in order to be able to have this, in order to be able to, like, demonetize silver, Bitcoin doesn't have that over its competitors. And one of these is, the stock to flow, right? Bitcoin's emissions schedule is just the same with Litecoin's emission schedule, just 2 years ahead. It's the exact same percentage of supply that's coming into circulation on schedule. And if you look at that, another thing people aren't paying attention to is because people also talk about the fact that, like, okay, silver is very abundant, right? And so when people are holding a lot of silver, when people want to hold a lot of silver, you want to hold like $1,000 worth of silver. It's a lot of coins, right? Compared to gold, there's just like a little bar. And so there's that physical constraints when you're trying to, like, store a lot of value in physical silver that just doesn't exist when you're trying to, like, get Litecoins over Bitcoin, because these are codes on a computer screen. So that barrier doesn't exist. So stock to flow barrier doesn't exist. The inconvenience that is attached to the coin with more total supply doesn't exist. And another thing is the cost of switching doesn't exist. So cost of substitution is just not the same as it is for gold, right? So look at gold. The cost of substitution for gold, if you want to swap gold to silver, you have to first of all take your gold to, like, a gold dealer, and then you're gonna end up selling that gold at a discount, because they're gonna mark it down, of course, because they have to keep their margins. And then that's you sold your gold discounted, and then you have to go to a silver dealer and buy marked up silver, right? You're gonna buy marked up silver coins, and you just lost a lot of money in that process, besides the fact that this took you a lot of time to do. And so that cost of substitution kept a lot of people from making the switch. But it doesn't exist with Bitcoin and Litecoin, because these are codes on a computer screen. You can do it with a tap of a couple buttons and you're done. So Bitcoin does not have the demonetization, it doesn't have the demonetization advantage over Litecoin that gold has over silver. But then this Bitcoin, BTC only treasury companies have pretended to themselves that, oh, gold demonetize silver, so Bitcoin would demonetize everything else, completely ignoring the reasons why gold was able to demonetize it, and completely ignoring the fact that it doesn't apply to these assets as well. And whenever they learn, it's gonna be very difficult, right? Because these guys are, they've bought so much. It's like a very heavy asset, right? This Bitcoin's not gonna go to zero, of course. Even if it enters into a macro bear market, it's still gonna come back up and eventually enter into a new bull market sometime down the line. So, but it's like they're gonna regret so much the fact that they did not look at these alternative Bitcoin chains that are actually growing in adoption but haven't really caught up in price, like Litecoin and Bitcoin Cash. And yeah, I believe it's just it's going to be very smart for these guys to you know move to Litecoin and like diversify, but they're unlikely to do it right now because they still feel the safety. And that safety that they feel, that is the facade that is making Bitcoin maximalists feel like they are right. It's a facade that is
Mhm.
reinforced by the false safety due to the fact that Litecoin and the other Bitcoin competitors have just been doing nothing while Bitcoin is continuing to dominate, and they just believe it lasts forever. And that's one of the biggest flaws of the human thinking is assumption of perpetuity. Humans, we cannot escape the assumption that things are just going to be like that forever. Even some of the smartest of us, we just can't. And it always bites people back in the ass. Sorry for swearing, but it always bites people back in the behind. And that's why sometimes when I'm looking at the Zcash pump, it makes me a little excited because it's giving us a glimpse into what's going to happen when Litecoin starts to freaking rip. Look at the Bitcoin maxes that are absolutely crapping themselves because for the first time in a very long time, they're starting to feel uncomfortable because there is now a challenge to their narrative. This is the first time they are feeling any slight bit of competition, and it's coming from ordinary Zcash. Imagine what happens when Litecoin starts to climb the chart and starts to get back into the top 10, top 5, getting close to the top 3. Imagine what's going to happen to these guys. Imagine what's going to happen to your sense of absolute certainty. Imagine what's going to happen to your sense
Mhm.
of absolute safety. Imagine what's going to happen to your sense of absolute superiority.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
going to be
I
beautiful.
mean,
This is what I am waiting to see. This is what I'm waiting to witness. The absolute destruction of the total confidence in the minds of these maxes. And Zcash is starting that. And I believe Litecoin is going to be the absolutely biggest destroyer of that confidence whenever Litecoin starts. And that's why I believe the patience is going to be worth it. Because not only are we going to win on the money side, we're going to be destroying so much false securities and confidence in this max. We're going to be changing so much when it comes to the conversations. And it's going to be such a sight to behold. And I believe it's what any wait, it's worth the wait, no matter how long it takes.
yeah. I
What do you think
think
about that?
I think Litecoin has the network growth on its side already, and Zcash has also a network growth, but not on this scale like Litecoin. And Master BTC, Master has a great chart. He has many great charts, and he described that Zcash already Zcash already pumped to its network value. And maybe because of this reason, this Zcash pump could be over or at the top, or maybe goes a bit higher to the thousands, but then will go sideways or down again. And Litecoin has very bigger,
Yo, are you
much bigger.
lagging or am I lagging? I'm
Yeah, I think
lagging.
you are lagging. You are lagging. Yeah. What would I say?
You are talking.
Litecoin has much bigger network growth, and I think the pump will be when Litecoin breaks out, the pump will be much higher and much stronger, because the network is the energy, the compressed energy is bigger because the network growth is bigger. And what I wanted to say is also is that Master Master again has a very great chart where Dogecoin pumped to its own network value in 2021, and it in my when I remember right, it jumped straight to its network value at the same line, exactly at the same line. And
Yeah.
there you can see that these network value models are true or could be true. Um, And when Litecoin do the same thing like Dogecoin did in 2021, wow, that's huge. That's exactly the scenario with 12K plus or higher, you know.
That's actually gonna be very nice. Oh my god.
Yeah.
I'm
Oh yeah.
very hopeful that we get high four figures. High four figures, low five figures over the next 3 years is gonna be like
Yeah.
a dream like valuation because of how high we're gonna be up in the charts, and the conversations is gonna be happening. That's what I'm most excited about. Like honestly, it's like the sheer number of people that are absolutely freaking confident that Litecoin is dead right now pisses me the freak off. I got when I hear people go, "Oh, Litecoin's dead," I'm like, "Oh God, Litecoin." Look at because these guys have been saying this for like the longest of time, and they've been getting away with it.
Yeah,
They've been getting
imagine
away
when
with it. Oh,
i-
Litecoin's irrelevant. Oh, Litecoin's dead. Imagine you're about to say something. Oh.
yeah, it's okay. No problem. What I wanted to say, brain lag again. Yeah, now imagine Litecoin. And Litecoin has the network growth on its side, and imagine combine this with hype when Litecoin starts pumping, and combine the fact of the network growth with strong hype. That's insane. And
Yeah.
treasury companies like Luxfolio or Lite Strategy or ETF companies like Canary Capital or Grayscale, they all building up their Litecoin supply, and retail also the retail, also we the people. And when the hype train comes to accumulate Litecoin, and the FOMO kicks in, then I don't know where the supply is going. That sounds like a crazy supply shock. You can buy Litecoin cheap now, very cheap. Uh, Large players like Grayscale don't have to use much dollars like they would use for Bitcoin to buy Litecoin. And the supply of Bitcoin is 21 million, and the supply of Litecoin is 84 million. That's not very much more. It's just 1-to-4 ratio, and
Yeah.
1-to-4 ratio means theoretically Bitcoin at 100,000, Litecoin at 25,000. Yeah, Bitcoin at 100,000 and Litecoin at 25,000. Theoretically, from the supply, just the supply.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's interesting. That's
Yeah, that's insane.
that's
You can imagine it's insane.
no. It's nothing is impossible. Okay, nothing
Yeah.
is impossible. Where I feel like it's gonna start looking very like doable once we start getting to those valuations like 4,000. 4,000, 5,000. And by the way, we're gonna be ending the stream in about 15 minutes. So I just
Yeah.
want to give you the heads up. Okay, so like when we start getting to those valuations like 3,000s and 4,000s, and we're going high four figs, people are going to start waking up to the possibility of it, right? Because I believe that's when people are going to start like it's not just bull posts, right? People are actually going to start asking themselves for real that like, okay, can Litecoin actually replace Bitcoin? And that's when you're going to start hearing people that haven't cared about Litecoin in a very long time talk about things like, oh, Litecoin has merge mining, which makes his mining more sustainable. You're going to hear them say things like, oh, Litecoin has this. Oh, Litecoin has that. Oh, Litecoin has, MWeb.
Litecoin has
They're just
everything.
going to find reasons. He has everything. Litecoin looks like that's why Litecoin is such a very proud coin. It's a very proud asset because it acts like it has nothing to prove to anybody. That's when I look at that chart, like long-term chart, and I look at every single time that I've screamed boo boo Litecoin, and Litecoin is just like, oh bro, whatever. You can go. Yeah. If you believe in me, fine. If you don't believe in me, fine. I don't care. You can go if you want. I'm gonna take my time. I'm gonna take my sweet time. There's nothing you're gonna do about it. That's what the Litecoin church sounds like. I'm gonna take my sweet time. There's nothing you're gonna do about it, bro. Nothing you're gonna do about it.
You cannot help
And so,
everyone.
yeah, it's like if you look at for what Litecoin is trying to be, look at what it's building with MWeb, which gives privacy to 99% of people. Because like the type of privacy MWeb gives is what people need, right? The ability to be able to send stuff, and whoever's receiving it can just look at your balance, look at your history, and figure out how much you have, XYZ, whatnot, not. That type of thing is, what MWeb provides, the type of privacy that helps people to be able to achieve that, which is what 99% of people need. And eventually that gets adopted, and eventually Bitcoiners see that, oh, we need this, right? Litecoin already has this. Like, imagine there's a lot of things I want to talk about at once, but I can't see it all at once. Okay, so I guess we're just going to talk about something else, right? What do you think? Okay, and I asked this question to Ask Deck before, so I'm just going to relay it to you again. Do you think Litecoin has a marketing problem?
No. I think
Bam! Right on it. Correct. Why?
Why? I think Bitcoin has a lot more and better marketing. Not better, but it has more marketing. Bitcoin has the actual marketing on every social media and everywhere on its site. But Litecoin has the community marketing. I think you, me, Master, every Litecoiner from the community look at what we, as the community, as the people, can create. I like more. I like our marketing much more like the Bitcoin marketing. The Bitcoin marketing is feels like mainstream marketing, you know what I mean? But Litecoin
Yeah.
has a heart. Litecoin has a heart and passion in its marketing. You can really feel that, especially here on X. Right now, we are talking about Litecoin. Without that Charlie Lee said, "Come make a Litecoin live stream." We just, as the community, decided to make a Litecoin live stream because we love it. We love Litecoin. Yeah, that's I think
Yeah.
why Litecoin has the better marketing. It has not much marketing. The quantity of Bitcoin marketing is higher, but the quality of Litecoin marketing is higher. You know, that's
Yeah.
what I think.
That's an absolutely intelligent answer. Actually, appreciate that. And oh yeah, Master said it's an awesome show, guys. Looking forward to the next one. Oh yeah, appreciate you for
Yeah.
hanging out with us, Master, man. You're the G, bro. Appreciate you for always showing up to support the Light Hour show. You're the boss, man. Appreciate you. So next one. I'm gonna be having the next one is with Aldo on Saturday, by the way. So you guys have to look forward to that. It's gonna be a very interesting conversation with Aldo. Yeah, we're gonna talk about Litecoin from an adoption standpoint. Yeah, so thank you. I appreciate you, Master. Catch you on the next one. So on Litecoin marketing, right? I have 2%, I have two. I feel like there's a okay. The show with Aldo is 5 p.m. EST on Saturday. Saturday, 5 p.m. EST. So that's the show with Aldo. So you gotta watch out for that, blood. You gotta watch out for that, brother. You gotta watch out. So what may I talk about? Okay. May I talk about the Litecoin marketing? Okay, let's move to that, brother. So I just went on Rastafari. Okay. Seriously. I look at it from two angles. I look at it, okay, is Litecoin lacking in the attention side of marketing, and is Litecoin branded properly? Because marketing, in my opinion, is an amalgamation of these two things. Is it branded properly, and is it getting the attention? Because the branding is also very important to the marketing, because what are you getting and how does it make you feel? And that is the brand. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Good.
Okay.
Now on the attention side, Litecoin is getting so much attention, and Litecoin is, if you look at, it's available on almost every single major exchange. But besides the point, look at CNBC, look at Fox Business, look at all of these major outlets. They usually display Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, because Litecoin is just in all of these major places. And the fact that you saw so many influencers move to start talking about Litecoin all of a sudden, out of the blue, just because Zcash started going up and they were trying to like make a Zcash cash up trade. The fact that Litecoin was what they looked at to try to get that shows that Litecoin, in fact, like people are in fact aware of Litecoin. It's just not doing anything, so there's just been no reason for anybody to talk about it the way they're talking about other things that have been performing well. So it's not been performing well in the market, so no one's really talking about it. So in my opinion, Litecoin is not lacking on the adoption side, and that's gonna get people eventually when it starts to move on the attention side. Now on the marketing side, Litecoin is one of the most premium branded coins in this space, and that's one of the things that have stuck out to me the most about Litecoin. Its premium nature. Now, when you look at Litecoin, it feels serious. It feels real. And that's what I like. That's what people don't understand, is that, money is very psychological. It's a mental thing, right? Because you're talking about a store of value. And it's simply a communication of value between both of us. So me, who's a buyer, and the seller, if we can communicate with each other that value is in fact being exchanged, which is a very mental thing and a very psychological thing, then there's an exchange of value going on. And so how these things are branded are extremely important, right? Because I feel more secure when you give me a Litecoin for my stuff as opposed to when you give me a Dogecoin for my stuff. No shades to Dogecoin. Dogecoin sounds good, but Litecoin, bro. Litecoin sounds like the name. It sounds like it was given to the coin by some celestial being, like, oh, Litecoin. It sounds baptized, honestly.
Yeah.
Because it's just such a premium name.
Yeah, it has a nice vibration. It sounds harmonic. Litecoin.
Yeah,
Litecoin.
Litecoin.
It's
Litecoin.
when you think about Bitcoin, the next is Litecoin. And
100.
Yeah, and the image of Litecoin, the picture, the logo is perfect.
It sounds like something that Trump's gonna love himself. Even it sounds like something that even Trump's gonna love. He's gonna look at it. It's gonna say, "Oh, those Litecoins, they're performing really well. I heard they're great. I heard I should have bought them. But I didn't buy them. But they're good. They're really good. Litecoins. It just sounds so good. It sounds very premium. The name, the logo looks very perfect. Honestly,
Yeah.
like one of the best logos out there. Minimalistic, no fancy 100 million colors. It tells the story of exactly what you want. The logo says everything about Litecoin that you want to know. It's not ambiguous, and boy, does the silver to Bitcoin's gold. That sounds so good. People just aren't realizing because it's down. Some people are saying, "Oh, it doesn't sound like." But how is the silver to Bitcoin's gold going to sound when Litecoin's at 4,000? And then you're going to see how that is very. It just sounds very nice. And you look at it, it's just trying to be money, bro. It's not complicated. It's just peer-to-peer digital cash. Peer-to-peer decentralized digital cash. Nothing much. Its value and its adoption. 100% uptime. Premium stuff. And that's what people are noticing. It's very well branded, and attention is going to come once price start going up. So Litecoin has zero marketing problem, and that's just it. So yes, appreciate you for giving me that answer. So since we're gonna be wrapping up the stream in about 4 minutes, bro, do you have any final thoughts you want to share with us today? You want to share with the audience any final thoughts you want to say, or anything you want us to talk about, but we haven't been able to talk about?
I think all is said, but I remember I wanted to explain the chart I opened 30 minutes ago, maybe. But
No, go ahead.
we talked about so much things. Yeah,
You can go ahead.
The thing I wanted to explain was we have the Litecoin network value model. You can see the my TradingView chart. I think yes. Okay. Yeah, we have the Litecoin network value model, which I explained, and it goes up since the beginning. It just goes straight up, and then we have the Litecoin price. It goes sideways, and then the miner reserves. I added the miner reserves to the chart. That's the red line, and the miner reserves goes down since the split happened. The split happened in 2020 or 2021, maybe here at this point, and then the gap opened from the between the network value and the Litecoin price, and that's the time where the miners dumped their Litecoin supply. They created a sell pressure, but we don't know yet if this has ended yet, because Tuesday, the first July, the chart wasn't updated anymore. We cannot say if the miner reserves are going up again, like in 2017 here, or if they dumping, or if they dump
Even
continues
further.
or not. And the explanation I want to give you is Litecoin network value goes up, Litecoin miner reserves goes down, and the price goes sideways. The pressure, there's an up pressure, there's a down pressure, almost at the same scale. Up pressure and down pressure is very strong, and that could be the explanation why the price goes sideways until today. You know, but when this ends, this scenario, and I think that is when this triangle is at its peak, at its at the end, and that's soon, very soon, in my opinion. Look at this compressed energy. Then
Yeah.
the price goes straight to the network value, as it was in the past, like in 2012 to 2020, or here to 2018. Yeah.
That's actually very interesting. I like that. I actually like that because it actually, it correlates very properly, right? Because you can see that the, disconnect between the, price and the network value model sort of like came
Yeah.
from, very large minor dump, and that is, I've actually heard someone, say the, give the hypothesis that there's a possibility that a lot of Bitcoin, a lot of Bitcoin maxis or something like that, kind of like mined a lot of Litecoin, and they sort of mass dumping it to suppress Litecoin's price, while Bitcoin continue to gain market share unopposed. Whatever the theory is, whatever it might be, point remains they can't do it forever, and Litecoin's price has so much pent up pressure. It's just about to release all of it, and whenever that happens, seems like it's gonna be very glorious. Anyways, man, appreciate you for
Really
showing up,
glorious.
man. It's been a very wonderful chat once again. This is your second time coming on this show, and as usual, we had a blast, bro. You're such a vibe.
Yeah, I enjoy it. Really cool talk every time with you.
Of course, man. Of
And
course, man.
the
Appreciate you.
topics the topics we talked about are the most interesting about Litecoin. It's very cool to talk
Yeah,
with you about that.
of course, man. Of course, appreciate that. All right, man. Appreciate you for showing up at the stream today. As usual, feel free to let me know whenever you want to come. The Light Hour live stream, again, it's accessible to anybody, and you can come on the show as much as you want. There's no limitations besides that of we already have a guest at that date. So just let me know whenever you want to, come to the Light Hour show again, and then we're gonna
Yeah,
set you.
sure.
We're gonna get us sorted out, of course. All right, brother. Appreciate you for showing up. I don't know if you want to say anything or you wanna. I don't know.
I don't have any more, but I wanna thank you for your work, bro. I love your work. It's really cool
Appreciate
what you're doing, what you're doing with your streams.
Appreciate you, man.
Spread
Appreciate
the
you.
word about Litecoin. Yeah.
Yeah, I appreciate you. I just see that like there's an influx of viewers, just now. Like you guys that are just joining the stream. Oh boy. Why? Why are you just joining now? You have missed the entire conversation. Ah! You're latecomers. You are latecomers, brothers. Ah! You missed the entire.
Now
If you're just coming now.
the people are joining the stream or what?
Yeah, I saw
Or
like about
the
15
viewer
people
number
just
goes up?
joined. Yeah, it
Wow,
just went
okay.
up by like 15. I'm like, wow, a lot of people just joining when we're about to end the stream. Like, oh. Anyways, if you're coming, you're a latecomer, but still, if you're joining us just now, well, this is the Lite Hour live stream, a Litecoin dedicated live stream that we host every Tuesday, Thursdays, and Saturdays on the Flipping Finance page. We host it on X and on YouTube. So if you want to come hang around with me, you can come watch this show and vibe with us. Then remember, we host it every Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays, mostly 5 p.m. ESTs, but sometimes we host it 4 p.m. EST. So you know when to come find the show whenever you want to come find the show. Okay? Good. All right. Appreciate you, Milan, for joining. Appreciate every single one of y'all to stay in the audience and watch the show all the way to the end. You guys are absolute G's, and we shall be peacing out.
Bye bye.
All right. Bye, guys.